If you can see me, press 1, and if you can hear me, press 2. If you can see me, press 1, and if you can hear me, press 2. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? All right. If you can see me, press 1, and if you can hear me, press 2. We getting back to the bars, Been a second, but we back to the bars. Welcome to Heaven on Earth, the only place in the world that lets you know it's okay to choose yourself. Personal development is for everybody, but selfish transformation is only for a few. Be more, be sure, be you, be true. Most importantly, be real, reflective, enlightened, accountable, but most importantly, limitless. Shout out to everybody that's going to come through in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's going to watch on the playback. My name is Ken Billions. If you didn't know, it's an honor and a pleasure to get back to the bars. Shout out to y'all. I want to let you know that this Sunday we'll pick up where we left off. I know it was a while ago, but we're going to pick off where we left off. We're week 3, and that it was shadow work for the male body. We'll pick up where we left off. I know it's been a minute, but for those still interested, we're going to continue that Sunday, and that is everybody that's for my members. If you remember where we was in March. Right, so a lot of things has happened since then. You see me go through some interesting things, and we will pick up where we left off. I definitely have a lot to add when it comes to shadow side for the male body because I went through some shit. So be on the lookout for that. And sorry for the hold up. We're definitely going to get back to the bars. But this topic right today is very near and dear to me because of the things that I went through, the things that you see me go through, and the things that other people are going through right now, right? Selfish transformation. That's what this is about, selfish transformation. And I went through my own form of selfish transformation, and I put everything on the line. I believe in being the genuine article and having proof of concept, right? That's important. I don't want to do theory. I need proof of concept. So what that means is I need to go live it out. I need to go see what these ideals really mean in real time. I'm not good with just reading a Bible and then leaving the stories in the Bible, right? I want to know what it's like to carry my own cross. I want to know what it's like to be Job in my own life. I want to know what it's like to fight Goliath in my own life, right? So I'm not good with just living vicariously through other people's transformation. I need my own. And so I went to do that. And so shout out to everybody that rolled with me during that time. It was very interesting, and I'm getting my feet back under me, and it's back to the bars though. So today's topic is the fundamentals of selfish transformation, part 1. So we're going to do these in different series. We're going to do these in sections, right? So this is part 1 of fundamentals of selfish transformation. But before we get into it, these are the words that you're going to have to really be familiar with, especially during this series. So we got fundamentals, selfish transformation, right? The fundamentals of selfish transformation, right? So the definition, or when I define a word, I always define it through etymology. So how was the word used when it originated, right? So I always go with etymology. I don't really go with modern terms. So these are are defined based on their etymological definitions, right? So fundamentals, primary, original, pertaining to, a foundation, primary principles. We're going to come back to this because to really dive headfirst into selfish transformation, you're going to have to go against certain fundamental principles that you were taught. But we're going to get back into that in a second. All right? So selfish, caring only for self characteristics of one who only cares chiefly for his own personal pleasure. Then you have trans, across, beyond, through, the other side, crossing over. So trans means movement, right? To move, all right? And then you have formation. And formation is a vital force in plants and animals, acting or creating or making. Formation, fashioning, creation, forming, shaping, right? So we got fundamentals, selfish, trans, formation, all right? Now, when we put this all together, what does selfish transformation mean? To me, selfish transformation means I am only concerned with going past or beyond my original form. That's what selfish transformation is. My only concern is going beyond or past my original form. Now, some people say, what about your job? What about it? What about your family? What about it? My only concern is going beyond my original form. That's what selfish transformation is. So I combine all of these, right? And I come up with selfish transformation, and I live that, and I did that, right? I'm doing that. My only concern is going beyond my original form. Now, everybody's original form is going to look a little different, right? So my original form was where I come from, who I thought I was. My original form was the life that I was living. My original form was my health, my finances, and where I was. A lot of people look at that and they're good with that. I wasn't good with that, right? So selfish transformation to me is going beyond my original form and putting that at the forefront. Now, I wanted to go back to fundamentals, because fundamentals is primary principles, right? In order to really dive headfirst into selfish transformation, you're going to have to go past or break through your primary principles that you've learned when it comes to being a man, when it comes to being a woman, when it comes to the country you live in, what they classify as race, family, the structure, right? Selfish transformation is about shattering all that shit, right? And developing your own primary principles based on selfish transformation. So we learn the primary principles of what being a man is, right? They deal with like crazy shit like color and masculinity, and a man does this and a man does that, right? That's how we're socialized. Selfish transformation is going beyond that, saying I am whatever I say I am. I'm not going to let society define what a man is to me. Same with being a woman, living in a country. For example, me, I'm not dying for this shit, right? All of this can burn. I'm not attached to it, right? I am just passing through. So that is me unwiring the primary rules that was plugged into my mind about country, family, race. Like, yo, I come first. Period. So selfish transformation is putting yourself at the top of those lists. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your gender, when it comes to family, when it comes to country, and all that shit is like unheard of, because it's programmed in us to be a sacrificial lamb for everything. Sacrifice for your family, sacrifice for your country, sacrifice for your race, sacrifice for your job, sacrifice for your relationship. Question, when do you ever get to yourself? You'll be 65, 70 years old, foot in the grave, by the time you wake up and say, yo, I matter, right? So selfish transformation is redefining these fundamentals on your terms. I can get to family after my selfish transformation. I can get to country after my selfish transformation. I'm willing to add value to my culture after selfish transformation. These things don't come first. They don't come before me, right? So basically, how we are programmed: do your family, then get to you. Do your country, then get to you. Do your job, then get to you. Do your race, do your gender, follow tradition. Then, if any energy is left over, get to yourself. I am totally against that. So we want to establish the fundamentals of selfish transformation, right? We want to shatter the primary principles we were taught about the world, because it has us giving our vital energy that we need. It has us giving it away for our entire lives, right? Put the entire world first. And then, if you have any energy left, if you have any money left, any self-esteem left, all right, you can get to yourself, right? No. Selfish transformation is being only concerned with going beyond your original form, all right? So we need to establish the fundamentals of what selfish transformation is. So this is part one. Okay, we got to establish a framework, right? Somewhere to build upon, and it's only going to deal with you, right? Now, as we grow in our conversation about selfish transformation, it will begin to include others, but you are the foundation, not family, not religion, not your job, not your car, not your house, not your relationship. None of that is the foundation. You are, right? You spend this entire existence in your body. So why wouldn't that come first? You spend this entire existence in your mind. So why wouldn't that come first? Why wouldn't that be the primary thing that you work on? You live in your body. You live in your mind. You live in your heart, right? This existence that you experience is always through this window right here. So why not take care of this shit first, right? And then if you have anything left over, when your cup runneth over, then here, right? Here country, here culture, even fam, right? And this is the thing. The family unit would be more fruitful for everybody involved if everybody was in a selfish transformation, because as you work on self and design yourself and redefine these terms and elevate your psychology, your cup is going to run over. So the people in your circle, they're going to be a beneficiary of that, right? Everybody work on themselves. We in a whole different time period. This is not 1950. Fuck tradition. Straight up. Fuck tradition. Create your own traditions based on selfish transformation. Okay? So we need to establish a framework for what selfish transformation is. We need the fundamentals, right? So we're going to start right here. Who are you? Who are you? As many books as I read, there's days where I woke up and I asked myself, who am I? Who am I? Right? And this was a gut punch, because I put my identity in being a dad, and I'm good at it too. But that's not who I am. I put my identity in a name. That's not who I am either. I put my identity in a relationship and all the things that was on the peripheral with the relationship, the friends, the family, all the trips, everything that came with it. But that's not who I am, right? It's not who I am. Dad, relationship, friends, that's shit that I do, but that's not who I am. Who I am and who you are cannot be established from anything on the outside. Who I am and who you are is a force that comes outside from the inside outside, right? It's a force that we push out. Who I am and who you are is not a thing we bring in. It's a force and an energy that we push out. Okay? So who you are is how you show up in the world. And that is based on your operating system. My operating system was off. So I had to do a peace walk, right? The way that I see myself was off. So I had to do a peace walk. I've been all over the world. I'm international. I drove fly cars. I slept in all the hotels. I ate all the food, hit all the bitches. That ain't who I am, right? Again, that's things on the outside. And what I was doing was taking what I was doing, bringing it in and creating an identity, right? So I am the party that I just went to, or I am the car that I'm driving right now, or I am the money in my pocket, or I am a platform. I'm none of that shit, right? My operating system has nothing to do with anything on the outside of me, right? That's why all this can burn. It means absolutely nothing because it's not real and this is not who I am, right? So, who are you? Who are you? And you have to be able to come to term, you have to be able to define who you are independent of anything. Your children, your hubby, your wife, your job. Say who you are without those things. Who are you? Right? Most likely you're going to be like, I'm a mom. Strip that away from me. Who are you? I'm a father. Yank that away from me. That's what you do. Be a mother to somebody, be a father to somebody, but that's not who you are, right? I'm black. That's not who you are. I'm white. That's not who you are, right? That's shit that society says you are. That's not who you are, right? Who are you? So when I was going crazy in my mind about trying to redefine my identity and figure out who I was, I couldn't come up with a damn answer. So I had to put myself through something very dangerous, something very extreme, something that was going to push me to boundaries that I didn't even know that I could go to. I had to address my fears. I had to confront my own insecurities. I had to stretch myself in a way that I didn't even know that I was flexible enough to be stretched, right? I had to do something to my psychology and ask myself, who am I? And my answers came back. I'm strong. I'm resilient. I'm confident. I'm brave, right? I'm love. I'm abundant. This is without anybody. I am confident enough to go face my fears. I am courageous enough to put anything, any material possession down and pick it up later. I am confident enough that whatever relationship leaves me, I can go get another one or nothing nothing, right? I am not missing anything. I am part of a vast ecosystem, right? I am part of the all. Feel me? So who you are has to be defined without the exterior shit. Being a mother, being a father, being an employee, being black. All that is the clothes that we wear. This is a shell. So all those things that we define ourselves to, that's just our clothes. That's just the things our avatar. But that's not who you are. Who you are is on the inside. So to lay the framework for selfish transformation, you gotta ask yourself who you are. Who am I? Right? And the rat race of life, you don't get to ask that. You don't even, the thought doesn't even come to your mind. Who am I? You don't even have the thought because you're so busy. Kids' graduation, right? Deaths in the family, bills, car breakdown, water heater break, constantly like this. So then you begin to think that you're your paycheck, right? You begin to think that you're your hair. You begin to think that you are a platform. I thought I was my Facebook platform because I had a lot of followers on Facebook at one time. I thought I was my Facebook platform. So I see myself through that lens, right? And I created an identity on some shit that don't even matter. Facebook don't even belong to me. This shit is not even real. It exists in the cloud. And I thought I was that. I also thought I was the attention that came from it. You feel me? So I had to show up as a character because I thought that was what the fuck I was or who I was. I'm not no followers. I'm not a damn social media page, right? That's all the exterior, right? These are toys that we play with while we're here. So your car, your crib, a platform, the clothes, the shoes, these are all toys. We put them on, take them off. We wear them, we scuff them up, take them off. The cars, we drive them, crash them, get rid of them, right? The house, we live in it, we die, someone else comes live in it. These are toys. You don't define who you are by the toys you play with. That's it. These are toys. They're meant to be enjoyed. They are meant to, we use them as tools, right? To get where we gotta go, but that's not who you are. Look, see that? That's life. This is life. This same energy is moving through plants, is moving through animals. This is also making the ocean go back and forth, right? You see the clouds moving? Everything is in constant motion. That's the breath of life, right? If you really want to know on a metaphysical level who you are or what you are, that's it. Not a promotion. You're not a beard, not hair, not car. You're not your vagina. You're not your penis. You're not your sex game. You're this. Because without this, the body don't even move, right? So who you are comes from in here, pushed out, right? So who you are can attract a woman or a man to have a family with. It can attract a job. It can attract friends that bring good fellowship in your life, right? But those things on the outside does not determine who you are. Who you are is determined by here, right? So the things that you are getting in your life is based on actions that was taken inside your inner world. So you get a woman, I don't give a damn how beautiful she is. Her attention does not determine who you are. You get a man and he's a provider. I don't give a damn what kind of Birkin he what kind of Birkin he buys. That doesn't tell me, that's not who you are, right? None of this on the outside. My shirt does not determine who I am. I like the shirt because that's some shit that I'm thinking about. It's something going on in my inner world that attracts me to what I'm attracted to. But the shirt doesn't make me. I made the shirt. The woman doesn't make me. I make the woman. The man doesn't make you. You make the man. You make the money. You make the car. Without your attention, none of this shit is real. Right? You make the degree. Right? You make the platform. None of it exists when you go like this. Right? So that's telling you the power of who you are and / what you are. None of this exists if I turn my head. I have to give it attention for it to start moving. The moment I take my attention away, it's dead. The moment you take your attention away from your relationship, it's dead. The moment you take your attention away from anything on the outside, it is dead. Who you are is not from the world. It's from not the outside world, right? So who you are is a force that you push out. And that's how you show up in the world, right? Now, if you are struggling with this, you're going to have to put yourself through a traumatizing experience, right? So those that follow my journey, if you see what I did, I put myself through a traumatizing experience because I was asking myself, well, who am I? And nothing was coming up, right? Who am I? So I had to put myself through something very traumatizing because I was trying to have an inner conversation and nothing was answering. So that means that the real me was dead, or it was just dormant under things and stuff, titles, trips, like drugs, whatever. It was under there. So I had to hit the highway. I had to put myself outside because I had to change my operating system, right? And the interesting thing about who am I, it did not matter if I couldn't answer that question, as long as I still show up as a daddy, as long as I still show up as a husband, as long as I still show up for the family, it don't matter, right? So I can be dying, it don't matter, right? People only give a fuck about the optics. And especially when you a nigga, there's this thirst to show up in the nuclear family, man. Fuck the nuclear family. Fuck all that. Selfish transformation. I will get to that when I figure out who I am. This come first. This come first. And you got to be careful because you'll be walking around as a shell and people will let you. Long as you can show up for the pictures, long as you can show up for the optics, right? You can be straight dying. You a woman as long as you cooking. As long as you cleaning, as long as you sucking and fucking, it don't matter if you do. It don't matter, right? People will take the shell, even if the light in you is gone. Just show up. It's the nuclear family, the black family, man. Fuck all that. Straight up. I don't give a damn about none of that, right? Selfish transformation, right? We could get to the black family, we could get to the family, we could get to the marriage, the kids, the cookouts after we transform. After, okay? So who am I and who you are is a force that is pushed out that the world receives, but it's a force that you do, right? The mind and the heart and how you deal in the ethers, and you push that force out, right? So if I am love, boom, you push that force out. I am abundance, you push that force out. I'm eternal, I am ... You push that force out, right? So when you do have a job, the job is just a tool, but that's not who you are. or you do get married, or you do have children, that's not who you are. That is based on the force, or look at it as a net. You casting out your net based on this force that you have, right? And you bring everything in, right? But it does not start outside and come in. It starts inside and goes outside. The force, all right? Now, who are you? What are you? What are you? Now, the great magicians of the world need you to pay close attention to things. The great magicians need you to pay close attention to things. And the more you pay these things that the magician puts in your face, the more you pay attention to it, the more you are trapped in a human experience. And that's all you think you are. And the magician upgrades their tricks. So the moment you start taking away your attention, the magician shows you another thing. Man, how to pull an elephant out of a damn new era fitting. The magician will keep throwing shit in your face. Now, if you don't go for that entertainment, the magician will go at your pain body and be like, well, look at this police shooting. Or look who's about to be the president. Or DDG and Halle Berry, right? The magician is always going to figure out how to get your attention. And the good magicians realize to form their tricks based on your traumas and the things that you care about, right? So every group of people got a pain body. And the master magician figures out the people's pain body. So if you are black in America, I'm going to go at your slavery pain body, right? As a great magician and a warlock, I'm going to go at your slavery pain body. I'm going to go at your Jim Crow pain body. I'm going to go at your wealth gap pain body. I'm going to push those images and those frequencies to you, and you're going to dive headfirst in them, talk about them online, right? Get exhausted from it, but the magician know exactly what it is. If you're a woman, then I'm going to throw misogynist shit in your face. So you could be like, oh my God, look at the world, right? If you're a man, I'm going to throw women talking crazy about you in your face, right? If you're a white Christian, I'm going to throw Muslims in your face. Whatever your thing is, the magicians know it. That's why each channel is different. Fox is different than MSNBC, right? Each channel has a magic trick going on, and everybody is loyal to the channel, right? And you form confirmation biases based on the channel. What are you? Knowing what you are will allow you to put the body down and all the magic tricks that trigger the body, right? When you say, I don't give a fuck about none of this, the magician no longer has power. When you associate yourself with something beyond the physical, the magic tricks don't work anymore, right? When you go past religion, the magic tricks don't work anymore. Even saying you believe in God is a magic trick, right? Because who controls that? So when you say you believe in God, what are you saying you believe in? In your mind, you think it's something that is actually not. It's actually something that suppresses your creativity, right? God is very human-like. That's why God is jealous. God cares about your marriage, how you get married or not. What supernatural being gives a fuck how humans get married? A supernatural being, something beyond the physical, is really concerned with the affairs of men and women, how they get married. No. That is a magic trick an entity put on your creativity to the point you feel like you're being judged by a spirit. And this spirit also has favoritism. This spirit also has a chosen people. This spirit gets mad. This spirit gets angry. This spirit is always punishing people when people don't do right, right? The spirit is always mad. That's a magic trick. You can supersede that, right? The awe, the mystery is higher than God. God is a low vibration. That's a low vibration. If it was a high vibration, the common man and the common woman wouldn't even know the word. If there was power in the word, that word, then the common man and woman wouldn't even know it. If it had the ability to really change the environment, the common man and the common woman wouldn't even know the word, because they wouldn't put power in people's hands that easy. Power that can remove them out of their seats of power? No. So the great mystery, right, which is no gender, the great mystery which doesn't deal with bias, the great mystery means I don't know. It's a great mystery. But in that mystery is creativity. And when you go to the great mystery, none of these magicians have power over you. So when they're conducting their magic in front of your face, you don't even move. You have no fear. You don't want nothing from it, right? You're not adding nothing to it, right? You are just watching the magicians do what they do, but you don't respond because you know what you are. You know that for real, you're not even of this world. So since I'm not of this world, I'm not trying to save it. The fact that people are trying to save the world, right, makes them powerless. The fact that, we talk about the system and then we get married. We talk about the system and then we have children. We talk about the system and then we buy cars. We talk about the system and then we go to college. The system is based on our participation. Because we care about the earth, that's how the magician can slave us. The moment we turn our back on this shit and walk away, right? The magician has no power, right? The moment we turn our back on all of this, you really want to shut the system down? Don't give a fuck about it. Don't give a fuck about the earth. You really want to stop racism and communism and white supremacy, all these structures? You starve it, meaning you don't have no more kids. You don't have no more marriages. You don't have no more colleges, right? And what would you say? But humanity won't go on. The fact that you care about it going on makes people a slave. Because what do you think it's going to get better? No, the people in power have babies and train those babies to rule over you and me. And that's how it keeps going. And they hoard resources and hoard knowledge. And they're banking on the fact that you want to be a homeowner. You want to get married. Here's the magic trick. The magic trick is to keeps you invested in moving forward. I want to own a car. I want to have my turn, generational wealth. If we was all collectively spiritual, then none of this shit would matter. So since we're not collectively spiritual, you have to be individually spiritual, meaning that I don't give a damn about none of this shit. You can have it or not, right? A solar flare could come burn us up because I know that I'm beyond this. Now, I can have my legs in two different spots, meaning I am connected to this shit, but I'm not attached to it. So you can't take anything from me because I don't own nothing, right? Even with the house and the car in your name, it's not mine. This shit's gonna be here when I leave. So when you detach from this stuff, it no longer owns you. because you know that you ain't from here, right? What are you? I'm a black man, slave. What are you? I'm a black woman, slave. I'm a white woman, slave, right? The moment we say that we are these things, here comes the magician. I got some racism for you. I got some sexism for you. You like that? You know what I mean? I got some Carmelo Anthony, stabs a white boy, here you go. Ooh, this will be a good one. I got a woman that calls a child the N-word. Ooh, they'll love that. And what do people do? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did you see this? Oh my God. Now on TikTok, they got something called black fatigue, where the white slaves are now tired of black people's character. Listen, it's always something, right? And what we don't notice, we're like this. Feels like you're running a marathon by how much attention you're giving this shit. It feels like you're being productive because your energy is going to different things, but it's not. You're not doing anything for yourself. What you are doing, though, is feeding the magician. Selfish transformation is taking all my attention back and pouring it into myself. So just imagine you got a damn ice bucket challenge. That's your attention. Usually you take your bucket and go swoosh and throw the water out. Now you're going to take your bucket and the magician is going to be trying to get your attention. Oh, but the market, the economy, religion. And you know what? You like this. Fuck out of here. And you take your own bucket, your own energy, your own attention, your own life force, and just dump it on your head. Nobody gets it. That's how you starve this shit. That's how you kill this shit. And that's also how you personally transform, by keeping the energy that you give away, keep it to yourself. What does it look like for you to love yourself? You might think you're loving yourself. Look around you. Ask yourself, if you was truly loving yourself, would that man be in your life? Would he be there if you was really loving yourself as a woman? If you was really loving yourself as a man, would that woman really be there? Or is she a reflection of you not loving yourself? Your job that you do, is that a reflection of you not loving yourself? Here's a hard audit. The children that you have, is that a reflection of you not loving yourself? Right? Because how does it make you feel having it? Right? What's your primary feeling when it comes to your relationship, your job, with your environment, all those things? What's your primary feelings that when you do an audit of your life? What does it feel like? There's your answer. So, what would all of these relationships you have, your employment, your network, if you came through the door truly loving yourself, what would happen to those relationships? Would they dissolve or would they grow? If you came through the door right now as a woman, really loving yourself, would you still be married? See, you might not even want to entertain that, because then you're going to have to come to terms with your relationship is based on you not loving yourself, right? If you came home, long days of work as a guy, and you came through the door really like, damn, I'm really feeling myself. I enjoy being in my body. I am healed. I love myself. Will old girl still be there? Or would you be like, man, what the fuck? Right? You would have to admit that she is in your life based on lack of love that you have for yourself. Even your babies, your social media feed, how you look, how you eat, where you frequent, the conversations that you have on the phone, right? The experiences that you have in the world can be based on you not loving yourself. So what happens if you take that energy that you give off to everybody else and you dump it on your head like the ice bucket challenge? What are you? Right? What are you? And to find out what you are, let go of the body. Because we're trapped in humanity. Let this shit go. Right? If you followed me last month, what you've seen is me let this shit go. I got a lot of blowback from it. Right? I can understand because it was so like, what the hell am I looking at? Right? But at the same time, another part of it is, hey, nigga, you're not allowed to pick yourself. You got a family. Nigga, you're not allowed to pick yourself. You got a relationship. Nigga, go home. That's selfish. Boom. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But for me to be selfless, I have to be selfish first. So I have to pour into myself. I have to focus on the only home that I'm ever going to know, which is my body. Right? So keep in mind when you're doing this work of selfish transformation, you're not going to have a lot of supporters because you staying like you are is a foundation to a lot of the shit, to the relationships, to your family, to your job. They need you to stay like that, right? They need you to be exhausted because it elevates and lifts up everybody else. They need you out of shape. They need you to continue to feel depressed because if you feel empowered, people can't re-up on your energy. What are you? Let go of the body. We are more than this, right? I'm more than a damn shirt, right? I'm not none of this shit. This is just tools and toys. But at any given time, I can give this shit away. I can take it right to Goodwill and let somebody else enjoy the shit. It's not me. Let go of the body. I don't give a fuck about the black community. I don't. I don't give a fuck about the white community. I don't give a damn about America. I don't give a damn about the world. None of this shit. You know why? Because I'm just passing through. Now with that mindset, on the flip side, it makes me enjoy everything because I'm not attached to none of this shit. I'm connected, but I'm not attached. Not attached. Connection means I'm here. I can see it. I can feel it. I'm very aware, but I'm not attached to none of this shit. None of it. All of it can go. The one constant is me. Everything can be taken from us. Our children, wives, husband, house, car, all this shit, right? And look at the attachment that we have to things that can be taken from us. But there are things that cannot be taken from us. Self-esteem, our confidence, right? How we feel about ourselves. Those things can't be taken from us. Some would argue, your confidence can be took from you. Your self-esteem can be took from you. I would argue, my pushback to that would be 9 times out of 10, what you getting your self-esteem took from you is based on shit you was attached to, right? You don't have self-esteem now because you lost your car. I've lost a car before, a couple of them, and I felt terrible. My self-esteem drained out of me, drained out of my body. Why? Because I got a lot of energy off people seeing me pull up in my car. Now who am I, right? I don't got my followers on Facebook anymore. Oh no, now who am I? Self-esteem goes down the toilet. You know why? Because it was based on the feeling that I had telling people I almost got 500,000 followers. I'm monetized. I'm making this amount of money now. Take the shit away. Now my self-esteem goes down. Why? I am addicted to telling people I got 500,000 followers, looking at their face, them automatically elevating me like I'm a authority because of a damn social media number. So when you remove it and my confidence goes down, why? It was never real in the first place. It's never real in the first place. I was using something on the outside to build the inside instead of using what's on the inside to build the outside. Right? So, who are you? What are you? Why are you here? This is a big one. Because people will tell you the purpose of being human is to reproduce. Now, there's truth in that depending on how you look at it. The human meat suit has a desire to pass, or a, what is it, like a determinism, biological determinism, that it wants to make copies of itself, right? But I just told you that you can put the body down and you actually belong to something that is higher than your biology. How do we know? See this? Okay, now some would say, well, animals do this too. They do. So let me go a step further. I can look in the mirror and say, wow, there I am. Simple. What's in there? I can look in the mirror and have a conversation with something that is beyond my face. And I'm talking to myself though, right? So you know you're something because you can talk to yourself and answer yourself. And what you're talking to is not even here. It's something else, right? You are able to recognize that there is a you inside of you, right? So, why you are here is different than the rest of creation. Because you can go beyond making copies of yourself. The fact that you can talk to a you inside of you lets you know that there is parallel worlds going on. So, in your selfish transformation journey, why are you here? Answer: searching for light. What is light? You. I'm looking for myself. I have fallen here, right? I have fallen. The real me is in a fallen state. Being in a human body is a fallen state. It's not the highest version of my being. A human being, meaning it's a being that has hue on it now. What is hue? Hue is color. What does color do? Conceal, right? You have the color of law. You have a man of color. Color means to hide a thing, okay? So you are a human being. The being is concealed by the color. The being is concealed by the hue, right? So when people say people of color, the reason why the law is going to treat people of color a certain type of way, because you don't exist legally. You are a person of color. Language matters. So the law is going to treat a person of color, anybody that identifies as that, as an object. You are not a living being, right? Your true nature is hidden by hue, right? Human being, right? Colorful man. That's one thing. Being. Human being. Those are different. You have the human and then you have the being. The being is being suppressed and is trapped by color. So, and all the things that come with the color, my ancestors, right? This artificial shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Emmett Till. You know what I'm saying? Civil rights. And it's not just people of color. It's also those that identify as white. They're also in the same matrix. It's just in a different way and a different frequency, but it's the same. Eventually, they all shade into each other, right? So the being is being suppressed and is trapped by color. You want to push past color and activate your being. And when you activate your being, you are on a path to light, right? You have this you, and then you have this you. The reason why you came to the planet is to find the light that these two yous can come together, right? You have the physical world and the non-physical world. You have a physical you that is here now doing this shit, right? And then I have a non-physical me. The great magicians separate us from the non-physical us, right? And have us trapped only here. That's the purpose of God. God keeps the physical you away from the spiritual you. That's why God has these rules. You can't have no other gods but me. I need your undivided attention, right? And we are trained by the magicians to give our energy to that demiurge. Meanwhile, the real us gets smaller and smaller. And any tools and information that will put you back into that, put you in the right direction to find yourself, we're going to call it demonic, right? Because demonic is bad to us. We're going to call it satanic, right? Anything that puts you back and takes you out of the non-physical world, they're going to say that's devilish, right? And their design, their energy or their power comes from trapping you in the body, right? And then we just do this life over and over. You're caught in the cycle. And as you keep coming back, you lose the ability to get back in touch with yourself. So why are you here? I'm looking for light. None of this shit else matters. My search is first, right? I am here to search for light. What is the light? Me. Simple. When was the last time? ... So, when was the last time is similar to I am. So I have to ask you a question. Where was the last time you expressed gratitude to yourself? When was the last time you looked in the mirror and said, wow, I love you, right? When was the last time you forgave yourself? When was the last time you told yourself sorry? When was the last time you gave yourself an opportunity to do something else, right? When was the last time you opened your life up to see what the world has for you in terms of abundance, things and stuff and people? When was the last time? When was the last time you were the thing that you're looking for in the world? The thing that you need the world to be? When was the last time this was you? When was the last time you did this for yourself? And again, when you start expressing gratitude, when you start loving yourself, when you start doing these things, here comes the magician, right? When was the last time? ... When was the last time you said sorry to yourself? When was the last time you treated yourself kindly? When was the last time you treated yourself as a priority? Right? This is easy to answer because just look at whatever your life is. Right? So when I did my peace walk, I wasn't being good to myself. My primary concern was, what do I do for other people and how do I show up? Right? The outside world. I forgot about myself. Right? So I had to snap out of it. When was the last time? Right? I skipped one. Where are you going? This is a big one. Where are you going is not a place per se. Where are you going is you traveling towards the person that you want to be. Where are you going? Right? This is not Miami. This is not Dubai. This is not Brazil. This is not Colombia. Where you're going is you traveling to the person that you want to be. So you have a guy in your head that you want to be. You have a girl in your head that you want to be, right? How are you going to get rid of this distance between the guy you are now and the guy that you want to be? The girl you are now and the girl that you want to be. How do we do something with this distance? It's too far. How are you going to get there? Right? Okay. You got a guy that you want to be. How does he look? Does he got a six pack? Does he got a beard? Does he get mud? Like, what is he doing? All right. How are you going to get there? Is it college? Is it network? Like the vehicle that you're going to use to get to you. As a woman, how do you bridge that gap between the woman you are now and the woman that you have in your mind? Right? Answer. It's not a plane, train, or automobile, right? It is magnetism. Law of attraction. We are very familiar with thoughts or things, right? So it's not a plane, a train, or automobile that's going to cover the distance between who you are now and who you have in your mind. What's going to do that is your inner work, right? You going and working on yourself, taking your toolbox that you have for your family, your relationship, your job, taking your toolbox now and going to work on yourself, going to work on your thoughts, going to work on your heart, going to work on your energy, right? And that investment into what you are inches you closer to who you want to become, right? It's not a train, plane, or automobile. It's self-actualization, right? Conceptually, imagine yourself pushing yourself to this guy that you want to be, to this girl that you want to be, and discipling yourself, ministering to yourself, nourishing yourself, being your own feminine and masculine advocate, right? Words of affirmation to yourself. You are ready. You are ready. You are ready. You deserve this. You deserve this. You deserve this. You're going to do great. You're going to do great. You're going to do great. And simultaneously, you have that going on in the unseen. You also are practicing the law of assumption by behaving as if you're already the person already. So if you want to be a millionaire guy or a millionaire girl or a world traveler, okay, well, how does a millionaire behave? Already doing that already. Don't wait for the money to come to form millionaire habits. By then it's going to be too late. Or a fitness person, how do they act? You already assume the role. So you have these conversations going on in the unseen, these words of affirmation, nudging yourself, being a spiritual advocate for yourself in the unseen. And then in the seen, you are doing the law of assumption. Whatever it is that you want to become, already behave as if it already happened already. Don't wait to get the promotion, or don't wait to get the money. Don't wait. Already be it. Already become it. Already do the work as if that is your day-to-day. And lastly, how are you doing? How are you doing? It's important for you to check on your strong friend. Who's your strong friend? You. It is your responsibility to get the shit that you need. It is your responsibility to take it very serious when you say you're not good. When you can feel that you're not healthy, when you can feel that something is off, you have to sit your own self down. You have to step away. Do not be a sacrifice. Niggas love that Jesus shit. They want it from you. Niggas love the concept and the ideal of somebody else doing the work for them. Right? Love the concept and the ideal of people dying for them. Dying for their freedom, dying for them to be niggas, right? Niggas gonna nig. People, matter of fact, humans love the ideal of someone else sacrificing so they can do whatever humans do, right? How are you doing? Whatever steps that you need to make to address anything going wrong in that question of how you're doing, take it. Whether that's sabbatical, whether that's a divorce, whether that's checking yourself in a hotel, whether that's taking a leave of absence, do it. Don't sit another day in the life that you have going on and you're not good. You're already paying a price. You're not well. Or you have no money, or your mindset is off, or whatever it is. Don't spend another second in that moment. Check on your strong friend. When you check on your strong friend, which is you, and you see that you're not good, make a move. But right now, I don't give a damn what it is. Kim, leave your relationship? Yes. What about the children? They got grandparents? What about the job? You're not good. Now, think about this. For you to even consider all those things before yourself, that's letting you know that you're sick. That's letting you know that you're sick, right? You don't even have a space for you, right? You don't even have a space for you, because when you think of not being okay, you start thinking about the job, the house, the marriage. This is selfish transformation. All the other shit can wait. All the other shit can wait. There is no job if there's no you. There is no marriage. There is nothing if there's no you. You better tap in and get a hold of yourself before it's too late. How are you doing? Do you know? Have you even sat down and asked yourself, how are you? How's your mindset? How's your health? How's your body? How's your spirit? You're just running 100 miles an hour, right? How are you doing? Right? Anybody listening, the few people that are here, ask yourself how you're doing. If your answer is, I'm okay, my rebuttal to you is, how do you know? How do you measure that? What is the standard of how do you know if you're okay or not? How do you know if you're good or not? How do you know? Especially if you've never been anything else. How do you know? Right? You can be so used to the state that you're in where you don't even know that you're sick. You don't even know that you're not good because this is the only state you've ever been in. How do you know? You got to ask yourself, right? How am I doing? We spend our time asking, how are you doing? We never ask, how am I doing? When you wake up in the morning, before you get on social media, before you get to the world, before you start doing what humans do, ask yourself, how am I doing? Right? And if you feel something off with you, help yourself immediately. Don't wait. Don't wait. Kids, got to figure it out. Husband, wife, got to figure it out. Help yourself immediately, because if you don't, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years have passed and you was not good, you might be on the verge of snapping or having a heart attack or passing out or worse, because those things happen and they're bad. But what's worse is you never, at least when those things happen, it slows you down and you can get shit checked out. The worst thing is to not be okay and be carrying around this energy for the next 20, 30, 40 years and no increase happens in your life. Nothing changes. You've been living the same life every single day and you are repelling anything good coming into your life. At least if you have a stroke, a heart attack, and you survive, at least you're getting worked on a little bit. You got to slow life down. And this is the thing. People only respond to you when you fall the fuck out on the floor. If you don't fall out on the floor, they're not even going to be able to tell that you're not well. That's why you got to take care of yourself. Don't put it in the hands of your wife to save your life, bro. You got to do that yourself. Don't put it in the hands of your children or your husband, sis, or your community or your family. Don't put it in their hands to save your life. You have to save your own life. And when you take that action, then people may come in to assist and provide you with something, but you got to take necessary action yesterday. Change your life right now, right? So this is the framework of part one of us creating the fundamentals of selfish transformation, right? So now that we have the fundamentals, as we move forward, we're going to use each one of these and break these down and plug these in to what our life looks like, right? Who are you? What are you? Why are you here? Where are you going? When was the last time? And how are you doing? And I am very qualified to have the conversation about selfish transformation because I put shit on the line people work extremely hard for. I put everything on the line. The last time I was live like this, I was in a different house. living a different life. I've completely 360'd my life. I 360'd my health, my living situation, everything. I was so serious about not being the person that I was, I rocked everything. So much shit is being said about me right now, I don't care. You know why? Because I had to save my own life. And if I didn't do it, I would have stayed the same as what I was. But guess what? I'd have been going on trips though, but I was 50 pounds heavier, right? My cholesterol was through the roof. My energy was through the roof. I was aging myself rapidly. But I got the nuclear family though, right? And it's okay if daddy dies. Long as he dies hardworking, long as he puts his family first, because after all, a man is supposed to protect, provide, and sacrifice, but not be happy. No, that's for women and children. Ha! Fuck out of here. No, that's for me. That's for me, right? I'm going to be happy while I'm here. I'm going to take care of myself while I'm here. And I'm not going to put me saving my life in anyone's hands. It's not no one else's responsibility, right? I'm not good. Many of you listening, you're not good. The difference is you're not going to do anything about it. I am, right? I lost whole networks, access to shit, everything. Lost it. Cost me everything. Put it on the line. Again, people calling me everything but a child of God. And that's okay, right? Because what can they say? I was walking the highway. Snapped, right? So that's what selfish transformation is. You're going to have to snap out of it, whatever out of it is to you. I needed something extreme because I'm an extreme person. But that's how serious I am about taking control of my life, reversing the aging process, activating and unlocking energy that has been just dormant in me over the years because of heartbreaks, because of failures, because of stress and depression, because of food, because of comfortability. I am no longer a man trying to be comfortable. I don't want to be content. I don't want to be satisfied. I don't want to be regular. None of that shit. Don't want to be a regular guy. I am not a regular guy. I don't want a regular life. And that's not determined by material shit. It's about, can I max out? So when I die, I want to die on zero. Nothing left in the tank. I gave everything into personal development and seeing where I could take my life. So that is selfish transformation. And we just created the foundation to the selfish transformation, right? And I have for those that, are on your selfish transformation journey, for those people that have snapped, take advantage now. The whole summer, my sessions are 60% off. So if you follow this link, it was $150. Now it's $60 for the whole summer. Take advantage of that, because after summer, price go back up. You're not going to be able to get to me, right? So take advantage of that. If you don't follow this link, you go to the website and use discount code transforms gives you 60% off. Or you follow this QR code, 60% off for the entire summer. Take advantage of that right now, right? And I got the energy because I went and did it. So if you are a person that needs to snap out of your life, take advantage of this deal, because after the summer, I'm going to be a very hard person to get to. So get me right now. Follow the link or use the discount code TRANSFORM. And what I'm about to say definitely matters more than it used to. Much respect to you. Even if you wish me the opposite, sooner or later we'll all see who the prophet is. This is the fundamentals of selfish transformation, part 1. And we are going to build from here. And by the time we are done, I'm going to disrupt some people's lives, right? You're going to burn it all down. And when it's over, you are going to have a part of yourself that you didn't even know existed.